I'm going to share with you how you can be poised and attractive magnetic. Now, trigger warning, this video might trigger some people, and that's okay, right? If you are already a poised person, but you're not attracting love, like real, genuine love and passion, then I got your back, all right? Like, I'm actually your biggest cheerleader. I'm not your enemy, not your foe, all right? So, this is for the woman who genuinely wants love, not the woman who wants to be right, all right? So watch this video until the end. Make sure that you follow me. Make sure that you comment. Make sure that you share it with your girlfriends. And let's have a powerful conversation around magnetism, attraction, and being poised. Now, and how poised energy is actually extremely attractive, okay? This is not like a hating thing towards poised people, not at all. There's also an event for my program scene. There's an early bird. The details are below, and I specialize in helping you shift from your nervous system, from your core, limiting beliefs. So that's why it's really powerful, and it's not just us talking, because I like to be effective and to help you, and efficient more so, to help you receive with ease, not having to talk or do the most, just live it out and enjoy it, live out your best life. So I'm a love coach, femininity coach, intuitive, psychic, and I'm going to help you today to live your best life. With that being said, I want to talk about magnetism and attraction, okay? Poised energy deep down. I'm going to describe I'm getting into it to share what it is. Real poised energy is acceptance, grace, sovereignty. That's what it is. Acceptance of yourself, who you are, enjoying the heck out of it, being at peace with it, right? And the sovereignty and just showing yourself grace. Being able to ooze out the frequency of grace for yourself, for others. It's benevolent in essence. It's not controlling. So this video might trigger some people. Remember, I'm your biggest ally. Like, I'm helping you out in that area where you don't fully want to see some habits clearly of yourself, okay? But that's one of the reasons why a lot of relationships fall apart. It's the habit of controlling so much to a point that you cannot see yourself clearly what you're doing. It's denial, all right? So even though this video triggers, it's triggering for good, for bliss, okay? So that's what real poised energy is. Now, on the contrary, what society teaches us is to be poised from a controlling space. It's teaching you to be controlling or to prove that you're better than, I hear, a low class person. And this is one of the reasons why videos like that were always very triggering for me, because it was telling you how to be better, how to be better, how to shoot, how to prove, and how to get what you want. And it's actually quite nice. Thank you very much. So a lot of people, they tell you how to be better, how to be better. This is how you prove that you're better. This is how you kind of ridicule a man or force him into submission. You have to prove that you're better than the herd. That's what the frequency is saying. So when it comes to real magnetism, I'm talking about love. I'm talking about love. I'm not talking about money, because it's a shadow version of the woman who needs to control. And I'm going to share with you how this shadow is formed. It somewhere along the way, this is what I'm hearing intuitively, okay? You felt overshadowed, you felt invisible, you felt that no one would like you, you felt so ostracized that you felt you split, meaning you felt like you had to go outside of yourself to prove that you were enough. And that's the main gap that comes with having to prove that you're poised versus actually being poised. And this video is going to discuss both elements. So when you feel like you have to prove that you're poised, let's say 12 years old, maybe you had to fit in with a clique is what I'm hearing. And you had to prove that you're better. So there's a subtle or a big anxiety behind that. There's a fear of being forgotten, okay? There's a fear of not being chased anymore. So, and this is what I hear, okay, trigger and video. I hear you want men that are whipped. Hello, welcome. Not men who adore you. Now, here's my fear about this, and I don't I need to mention it. This is going to be a triggering video. But people who feel like they need to be poised versus the people who are poised, like in a benevolent way, obscure their senses to a point, and please bear with me as I'm sharing this, because it attracts a lot of narcissism. I'm not calling you a narcissist. I'm saying it attracts a lot of narcissism. Because some people that are poised because they feel like they have to be, care about their looks and how they come across to society no matter what. Now, you might be doing this to survive, right? And you felt in your consciousness, 12 years old, 16 years old, that that was what you needed to do to earn some respect, to get, I'm not calling you narcissist. Please hear me out. I'm trying to help protect you so that you're not attracting a narcissist. You unintentionally believe that if you're poised, men are going to respect you and they're not going to degrade you. Okay? But the gap is that you walk around looking for that in other people as well. But what you don't understand, I'm hearing that 30% of narcissists actually look poised, okay? And to show that they've got it, that I hear that they're men of God or that they're people of God, they care about surviving to a point where they just care about what you think about this so much that they're smart enough to not try to, I hear, like, degrade themselves in public. So they will, that's the gap. They're trying to gain prestige. Okay, they don't see it as poise, they see it as prestige. So basically what happens is that you are walking around trying to meet your man, and you're looking for a man that looks poised, a man that, like, feels like looks the part. But that man could be a narcissist. That friend could be a narcissist. There's a lot of envious people that are looking for prestige instead of being poised, that you build friendships with them, you build rapport with them for months or for years, and then they pull one over you, like a blinder over you. And then the next thing you know, you're married to a narcissist and you're like, what the heck happened here? And there's a lot of people who do that in churches. I'm getting to tell you that. So the answer is not to, I feel like you need to be poised. It's integrating, being loved and accepted for who you are. Okay? And also attracting plus somebody that respects you and truly cherishes, a man of integrity. Okay? So I find some of these videos eerie and damaging because you never want to be better. Confidence is not about being better. Real poised energy is liking yourself, accepting yourself, showing yourself grace, being benevolent and sovereign in your power. So when you can see, I want you to go back to that instant in that moment where you felt like you wanted to protect yourself and you never wanted to be degraded by somebody. You never wanted that, like, a man to look down on you or to humiliate you. You never wanted to be forgotten. You didn't want to be used by a man. I want you to go back to that moment. In that moment, you were brilliant. Like, you picked up that there were certain dynamics that could put you at risk or make you feel less. And you never wanted that. You had the awareness and the breakthrough to realize that you needed to present yourself in a particular way. Now, what I want you to understand, as I'm somebody that works on the nervous system, I am a healer on the nervous system. I help you release unconscious beliefs that you have about this, okay? And love is a belief that is very core to your core identity and how you interact with the world. It's not something for you to do surface level. But what I want you to know is that you had that awareness, and that awareness was brilliant. Your coping mechanisms about it could look like fearing that you're not going to be loved if you don't do these things, okay? And that splits your energy, meaning you go outside of yourself because you have so much fear running in your nervous system, which is a fear of not being loved or a fear of being humiliated, that you're carrying that vibration around you. That's why you see so many women, videos of women that are like the Stepford wives or something like that, that are kind of rigid and controlling and a fear of getting hurt so much. And I'm saying this because I get it and I hear you. That they don't ever relax and they become extremely controlling. Behind this, so a lot of control, a lot of, it's like you're using all your energy to control how a man sees you, because maybe you're not totally believing in love. This might not be real for everybody, but there are some beliefs that you feel like love comes with some expectations. You feel like you believe in love, but you believe, this is a really core belief. If you don't dismiss this video, I'm actually sharing things that will help you change your life for good, you know? But I cannot be attached to you sticking around. But come back, because this video can really just transform your life sincerely and get you the love that you want, you know, not the love that you think you need. And I say that because there's something there. Like, oh, the reason why I say that is because when you felt like your ultimate answer, remember, this is a survival belief when you're 12, 16, 14, 20, 23, you already split. You already felt like love wasn't going to be fair, okay? And, or dating wasn't going to be fair. So you felt that you had to survive in love and that things weren't going to be fair. This is a belief that is very critical. Let me know in the comment section if this is resonating. You felt like love was going to be fair and you had to be better, or maybe you had to one up or something. So the love that you think that you need, the one that you're actually sending out in your nervous system, I hear this is gonna heal a lot of people, is I've got to attract a man that has a lot of money because I gotta think about my survival. I've gotta like even make my own money or something to the sort. What's really happening there is when you become controlling about that and you have to curate an image about who you are, you're actually fearing being seen like at your worst, or just being seen in general, more than most people. You have, I hear, a catatonic belief about being seen, and someone, like I hear, hating you for it, chastising you for how they see you. Like you grew up having to be perfect to be loved. That is an extreme pressure, and it's not magnetic. That's why sometimes you go outside of your, like you look around and you see like, why is that woman so magnetic? I'm not. She just naturally attracts magnetism. She attracts things given to her. She attracts. The answer is, for more than 50% of you, is because you grew up needing to be perfect, to be seen, and she didn't, right? She probably was raised with more love and support around her, or she's doing the same thing that you are. She's just not, she's doing it out of performance, but she has a belief that she's going to get that, but maybe she doesn't believe that she's going to get love. So I'm not comparing you with that woman, but some of the women that you're envying are not fully believing in love either. They're believing that they need to use sexual energy to attract. And you get caught up in what she's doing, but what you need to really work on is on you. Okay? So, the love that you think that you need is somebody that also makes you look good, because you believe that society is superficial. I'm not saying that you are superficial. You believe that society is superficial. And I want you to wake up, okay? And I say this with a lot of love, because if you walk around lying to yourself like that, you're not present really. It's like you're settling while putting up a front or showing it to the world that, give me 1 second, because I'm sure that you can hear that noise in the background. I had the window open. So I'm going to let that happen. I'm not going to force me trying to overspeak in fear of you leaving the live, okay? So this is what I'm being about, being poised, like being stressed with, like not stressed without people seeing you or not. So I don't want to lose my train of thought. So you feel like you're splitting so much and you think that you need, the belief, I want you to wake up. You believe that society is superficial. Therefore, the moment you believe that society is superficial, you might unconsciously in your nervous system believe that you have to settle or that you have to become something else. I'm addressing the moment in which you split and you stop being kind to yourself and not supporting yourself, okay? And not choosing yourself. So you really felt like you had to be somebody else to be loved. Then that's not fair or kind to you. So yes, there's a lot of superficial people out there, but I want you to understand that it exposes you to the most superficial person of them all, a narcissist, a person that looks like it's an expert at looking good, but not treating you right. Okay. And it just makes your life hell. So, what you're really wanting to feel in your nervous system is freedom. I did another video just today speaking on how to shine like a queen. I'm going to put it below so that you watch it as well. And I invite you also to join me in my program, Scene, where I help you release the three most codependent belief systems in your nervous system. I need to prove that you're better. I need to prove that you're different. And the energy of earning approval. Because behind that, I hear 60% of poised women are out there. But remember, you can be poised and be very magnetic and you really pick up what I'm saying, and or you're doing it out of survival or out of stress. So within that gap, within that number, 60% of women are doing it to earn approval and love. You don't believe that you're going to be loved for who you are authentically. So that's why you see the women, the videos of the step forward, like women like feeling so invisible, cooking for the man, doing a bunch of things for the man, like going out of their way to look well in society, to be like this mother hen figure or like a wise elder. Hello there. I'm glad that you're connected with this video. Welcome. So you see just herself splitting and kind of bleeding out, or what's the other word? Like just leaking her energy. I notice that I'm mentioning that word a lot. It's very subtle. I'm mentioning bleeding out a lot. Why am I mentioning that? Here, because I was doing that in the past. To get people to see you or choose you. Don't do that. Don't leak energy. Don't leak vital like life force. Become selfish for a minute with me right here. Okay? Self-full. I say selfish / self-full. Okay? Don't leak out to be loved ever. That's why you feel so invisible, and then why a lot of women that are poised then start to build up a lot of anger out of survival because they gave so much and then they want something from the people that they gave to because they felt like they had to leak out, to be seen or to be chosen. So think about it. That energy, if it's at the cornerstone of why you're poised, attract somebody that will take and take and take and take and take from you. He looks really well, or it could be a friend, but they're a narcissist. Okay? So protect your boundaries, protect your boundaried space to not ever have to leak out. Like so many of these, I'm hearing there's a book about power, if you know what I'm talking about, some laws, right? And a lot of people are reading these books, which, props to the author. What I'm saying is a lot of people have lost their soul along the way. I hear a lot of narcissists read that book. They know they game. And these are bosses, these are coworkers, these are people that want you to leak energy for them. They're siphoning you. Okay? And you don't realize it because you have like a blinder on, because your energy makes you split and makes you earn love. So you think you're being part of that. Let me see this. I'm going to read what you're saying. So you think that that's how you get love, by earning love. So you try to be part of their clique, which is what you were doing when you were a child. That you don't realize that you're being part of the problem and that you're being siphoned. And these people will backstab you in a hot minute. Okay, like they will backstab you. They are not your friends. They're not your people. Sorry, I had an alarm. This man is not like somebody that wants to, like, he just wants you to make him look well. But you are being blinded by the belief I have to be part of this clique. Like you have a need to belong that's stronger than to be loved truly for who you are. Like, and there's a courage that needs to be infused in your programmed into your nervous system to be, I hear, the black sheep, but then move from the black sheep to somebody that just has genuine love and attention in her life. Like it's like, because I'm hearing this video also goes to the golden child, like the child that was put in a pedestal, fears being disapproved of above all things, and it just shakes up their energy too much. So you don't realize it, but you're trying to belong to toxic people, okay? And like you're blind to your gifts, to your aura, to your magnetism, but they see it. They just want you to be a part of their herd, and work for them. Okay? So I keep hearing, don't be blind anymore to these toxic people. You got to wake up. So let me read here. This is so timely because I've been hearing lately love, attention, attraction. A carrot is never earned. If you're working to earn it, it is not love. Exactly. Exactly. And the issue and the gap that exists in this topic is, and that's why I work on the nervous system. And please stay to listen to this part, is because talking about it is not enough. If you learn to split, it's like you had a moment, and not necessarily talking about you, but this could be everybody. You had a moment of clarity. You heard it, you saw it, and you're like, yeah, what she's saying is right. I've been seeing this. You're getting the signs. You're getting the love. Like God's source life is just showing you that message everywhere so that you're like, come out of that matrix. Okay? Because you don't want to be on the herd that's fighting for love and attention ever. It's a silent, quiet confidence that actually attracts. So you don't need to be boastful. And that's what I see a lot of times. I hear like in TikTok, like nowadays I'm seeing it's like a wound from millennials a lot. Like it's like trying to prove that you're the best, but there's an anger to your movements, even in some of the dance moves. Hey, I'm a dancer, so I love it. It's a lot of what I'm seeing is a lot of leaking energy. It's like kind of aggressively having to prove you're good. You don't have to do that. Like, you enjoy yourself and you dance it out. You know what I mean? Maybe because I'm an intuitive and I pick up the energy too, but I don't want to, I go over there. I want to help you. So you're getting the signs and other people are getting the signs too. But here's the thing. Talking about it is not enough if you want real results and you don't want to betray yourself, because it means that at a very early age, you were taught to split, come out of yourself. To self-abandon is another way to say it, to fit in with other people. Your nervous system was trained to self-abandon. Okay, so you have these moments where and this is why retraining your attention span is critical. And unfortunately, a lot of the short form content that we're watching nowadays hinders that because it kind of puts you in a sheep mentality. And I've spoken about this in my video. And so what happens is you saw this video and you're like, oh my God, yeah, what she's saying is kind of resonating. And then, you go into self-abandoning again. And what it looks like is just feeling like a wave of confusion in your brain for hours, like to no stop. And or you're like, and then you go into helplessness, because that's what I want you to understand. Like your nervous system is picking up something new, but you were wired at least for 18 years on this belief and on this ideology. And it was so subtle that you suppressed it. So you were not aware of it. So it's like your nervous system and your brain is like, let's not think about that. Let's just fit in. Did you know that your brain is wired for survival, not to succeed? So it's like you're repeating, like you're self-abandoning all of the time. You're not feeling safe being you in the world, and your biggest programming is to fit in and to be liked and to be chosen, not for you to choose. It's to be chosen. And it looks like throughout the day, confusion, anxiety, overwhelm, panic, and you don't even know what you're feeling that because your nervous system like, let's not like stress ourselves. Let's suppress this again. She doesn't want to remember that really, but then you need all of your senses to be a great chooser when you're choosing somebody. You need to be like the best chooser. And that's why your nervous system has to be alert and tell your nervous system, let go of this belief system and let's rewire a positive one. I'm going to be chosen. I'm the chooser. I'm going to be loved. It's safe to be me. I belong to the world, even if I don't fit in with them. I am enough. And you don't want to go outside of yourself, because some women go from what I'm saying, they listen to this at a mental level. And this is something that I was explaining is you go then into anger, like angry at why the world is such a place like this. Why are people superficial? Anger will not save you, although it can save you moments of high distress, but you're not meant to be angry all the time. So then you go into the angry woman archetype, being so angry at the women, that a men that abandon them, that the men are superficial, going on podcasts, talking to men, and you're leaking energy. You don't need to go on a podcast to talk to men to prove to them why they're babies. That's not your job. Your job is to only attract the man that like is your equal. You know what I mean? Like first and foremost, to like yourself and attract like your partnership and to build from there. Okay. Not leak energy ever. So, anger is actually a surface reaction to the scarcity based beliefs. That's what it is. Okay. It's a surface level. You know what that means? Or resentment or insecurity. it means that those beliefs are extremely real for you. So being bitter about the belief or just trying to prove that you're different by even disengaging with this conversation and being apathetic about attraction, it's not empowerment. It's actually disempowerment. You leak so much energy out into the world that you don't want to do it anymore. You fear the world so much, even though you could be a six-figure business owner, a millionaire, etc. But when it comes to this energy, you're leaking all over the place. You became bitter. You stopped believing. You stopped being magnetic. But you can change that around. I promise you that. I can guarantee that to you. Okay? So you have to spend some time inward and reprogram your nervous system to truly believe in love, have faith, and to not leak energy out into the world, because there's a lot of fake people out there. So, as I was saying, and this is extremely critical, the anger that you feel about other women attracting or how people are superficial, the insecurity or the resentment means that these beliefs are extremely true for you. It doesn't mean that you're different, okay? It just means that they're extremely true for you and you stop manifesting and receiving. And maybe you went into survival thinking that you had to be better or to prove that you're different. And then you build an identity on being those things, but that's still not power, okay? It's rage disguised. So these beliefs stop your magnetism. Anger stops your magnetism. You want to peacefully manifest, and that's what poised energy really means. You don't have to fight the world or prove your point to the world. You just want to be blissful and you deserve your love, and you don't have to split for people who don't even like themselves in the first place. All right? Model liking yourself no matter what, and that's the secret to the highest attraction point ever. And the thing with dating and love is that you cannot cheat energy. Like, it speaks louder than you when you go into rooms. People can feel when you're confident versus when you are desperate or trying to prove something. And a narcissist will only try to compete with you further or try to destroy you. The gap is that the narcissist can see you, and the gap is that you're blind to the fact that you're trying to fit in with people who don't even like you, don't like yourselves, and who will, kind of like the law of power, to never outshine the master or something like that. So they see you, but you don't see that you're trying to fit in and try to be part of their clique. And they don't, it's kind of like a mean girl kind of energy. They don't want you to overthrow them. But you are just so blinded, oh, I want to fit in so much. But you're trying to fit in with the wrong people. And that's why a lot of poised women out there get burned, because they were betraying themselves in the first place. All right? So I hope that this is helping. You don't become poised to prove yourself to others. You are that because you're willing to leak energy, but you are also extremely sexy, magnetic. You're full of you. You enjoy yourself. It's safe to be loved in your nervous system. So that's what I'm doing in my program. Scene, I'm helping you clear these belief systems. It's an alarm to help me just stay like peaceful and connect with my truth. So competing to be seen, competing to be loved, earning love, needing to prove that you're different, helping you embody true, I keep getting like sexiness, confidence. Now that I'm going to teach you, a course on that, what I'm saying is, okay, I need to explain it. When your nervous system is less rigid in fear, then you start to ooze more, I hear, sexual energy. Okay? It just shows. All right? You're less attached to what people think of you. And it's very magnetic. I hear it's like your life force. So because I'm hearing you were taught to shame that, and it's not, it's just life force. It just, there's an detachment. You're not so tense and needing to be proved of that you don't feel free to dance, to live it out, like live your life. There is a component of being comfortable with people trying to tarnish your name. Oh, in that, because if that was your biggest fear growing up, then you need to clear that so that you can enjoy yourself. And I hear that keeps more of that passion alive in your partnership and relationship. So I'm helping you at a nervous system and at your aura clearing out, because that can be measured like kind of like Reiki or like sound bowl healing. You know how frequency is like, I'm helping you release that lack of self-acceptance from your aura. And I'm also helping you at the level of your nervous system, change that. So there's an early bid until Saturday for $399. Then it goes up from that. And for 7 sessions, which is it's steep, it's a great opportunity. And Or if you want to work it out privately with me, there's also a 15 to 20-minute consultation where we can talk and I can share with you what it looks like to work with me privately on these topics. And you can decide to sign up or not. Okay. So I'm sending much love. Share it out. Re-listen to this video at least 3 times. Take out notes. Support yourself, because I don't want you to listen to this and then kind of rubber band into the confusion and distress. Talking about it, in my personal opinion, at least to over 60% of people, is not enough, because you were taught to self-abandon and you taught that real love wasn't safe. So you want to program that into your nervous system so that you can be more present and you can choose better, and you're not blinded by a narcissist, and you choose somebody that's actually confident, capable, that can support you and provide for you, and love you, nurture you. Like, and I want to say this, provision is not just like money. It's be there for you emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And I feel like you get that. You know, it's not just about the money. It's about somebody that's there. And it's also not chasing money to a point where they cannot be present with you. It's about presence. All right. So I'm sending much love. And this is one of my best videos ever. Who knew? So I hope you like it. And please follow me. Take care.